welcome back, babies. It is your girl AJ, the owner of AJ Unique Creations, baby. Honey, what's good, what's good, what's good? Welcome back. I have missed you guys. If you are new, hi, my name is Alexandra. I'm the owner of AJ Unique Creations. Baby is basically a boutique. That's how I see my business. It's a boutique. I don't care what you guys say. It's not a crafting business. It's more than just crafting to me. This is my life. This is my joy. This is my this is my everything. I literally do this 24/7. Y'all already know how I feel about everything. Y'all, I'm bringing it to you guys. I'm bringing it to you guys. That makes sense, y'all. I'm bringing y'all the trend. I know y'all have seen it on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. I have seen it everywhere. It's viral. We will be doing a viral mama sweatshirt. Definitely for the holiday seasons. These are great gifts. Like, it's amazing. We'll be doing a viral sweatshirt, but instead of using a puff vinyl, we will actually be embroidering. We are going to embroider the mama sweatshirt, and we actually be using the baby clothes to embroider this whole entire design. These sweatshirts mean so much to me, even to make them and get the honor to make this for people, because some people I have learned stories and I have connected with them. Some of them lost their babies and they want these sweatshirts made with clothes they never got to wear because they want to feel connected to them. So this stuff is so cool and amazing, and to meet so many people and connect with them and give them gifts like this to make something a forever keepsake, you can't beat that. But we're going to go ahead and get into today's video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Before we do anything, we will be using the Ricoma EM1010 embroidery machine. It is a 10 needle machine that I brought a couple months ago, about 5 to 6 months ago. I love this machine. So that's what we'll be doing for today's video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be right back. Okay. So, this is one of the packages that I got from the customer. So after you order, you will get an address to send your package into. So the clothing that you would like to use. Trying to see how is this box done. Sorry if y'all hear my dog. So you will receive an address to send everything to. Y'all know I always find a way to almost cut myself. It's kind of crazy. This packaging is like top notch. No, they packaged this thing at the place. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna take the clothes out. I do not wash it or anything because it's not my stuff to be doing it. I got my address in front of everybody's face too. Oh goodness, let me grab some scissors too. Y'all know I'm weak, so don't even come laughing at me. Y'all know I'm weak. Alright, so okay, this is just her information that she sent me. So these, okay, so this customer said one onesie for the mama sweatshirt. Now, because they sent one, I'm going to have to cut it a certain way because they sent one onesie. Usually I recommend sending at least two. And some people send three because they want to change it up, but recommend sending two. So because she sent one, I'm going to have to cut it up a certain way because I don't want the zipper in there. So I'm probably going to have to do piece by piece and also the back parts. But we're going to make it do what it do, and we're going to always make it work. That's number one. Even if we got to open the sleeves to make that part of it. So when I'm doing baby clothes, I try my best to be as gentle as possible because these are loved ones. These are baby clothes. I am a mama too. Y'all know me and my kids. I love my kids. So I know exactly how much these sweatshirts mean to people. So I'm so happy and I love making them. So we have the onesie. We're going to go ahead and get ready to hoop the sweatshirt so we can put it on the machine. We're doing an XL sweatshirt. Yep, XL. So what I first like to do, I love to always place it right on my mat. Now, for me, when it comes down to hooping my process, I have to place it down and I get a t-shirt ruler. I kind of do this with every last one. T-shirt ruler, put it underneath so I can know how far down, because when you're hooping, you want to go over your design area where you want it to be placed at, just because when you hoop, the fabric be tucked in. So this is an XL. I'm going to actually go down just probably 1 inch just because it's XL. So I also look at this and I also look at the size where the arms go at, because you kind of want it in that middle line. So this is where my design should be starting at, or close to it. That's done. Next, we're going to flip it inside and out, and we're going to put the stabilizer behind it. So I'm using a no-show mesh stabilizer, but it is a cutaway stabilizer. Because it is lightweight, I'm going to have to use 2 of them. So I'm gonna flip it. Some people talk about floating. I'm not gonna do that. Definitely with this 10 needle machine, I don't want to do that. This is not a regular machine to be flipping, because you also have gears in the back, oil in the back that you oil your machine. So I would not do that. Some people do it. I don't want to do it. All right, that's done. This is the no-show mesh that I use. I got it off of Amazon. I believe it's in my Amazon store. If not, I'm gonna find it and link it down below. So we're going to be using the largest hoop that I have, and this is 12.2 by 8.2. So that means I'm going to actually go a little bit over 12.2. So that way when I do the tuck in and everything, and I always do 2 layers. Just because it is a sweatshirt. Usually people use heavyweight, but I like to use this thin weight because you also don't see it. That's why I like this stabilizer. All right, I'm gonna get my basting spray. I got this from Walmart. Basting spray. It's for quilting, sewing, embroidery, and pattern piecing. I love it. It holds it together while it's embroidering, so nothing shifts. I always spray both layers, so the first one and the second one. So first off, let me make sure where the tape is at, because I want to be over that tape, but not too over the tape, to be honest, because I need to make sure it's enough to hold the whole design. Sorry if y'all hear my kids, I'm in the background. It's early in the morning, we working. So I can also feel the tape. That's why I like using the tape method, because it lets me know where to place everything at. Now I'm not gonna spray the sweatshirt, I'm gonna spray the stabilizer. Some people say, you know, probably wanna use a mask or something. I don't use one, but ooh. Y'all, everything just went falling just now. So here we go. Now I'm gonna go in and get to the second layer. And I'm tapping it down after I spray it to make sure it holds. Whenever you're embroidering, you always have to use a stabilizer to hold the threads, definitely, because it's gonna get washed. When you're using clothing, you want to use a cutaway stabilizer versus like if you're doing hats, you could use a tearaway. From my understanding, whenever you're doing clothes, you want to use cutaway. Whenever you're using something that got to go in the washing machine, use cutaway. So that's kind of also another tip. Wash machine, cutaway. All right, so now that that part is done, I'm going to flip it back right side out, and then we're going to hoop it. Now after so many practices, my hooping process is becoming a lot better than before. So we got that done. I'm gonna actually just straighten this out a little bit to make sure nothing's sticking to each other. And I'm gonna get my hoop. I am using the 12.2 by 8.2. This comes with your embroidery hoop. I do have the Ricoma EM1010. This machine has been wonderful to me. I haven't had any issues with it. I love my machine. I haven't had any problems. So, and it, we got this machine how long ago, y'all? It been a minute. I'm gonna actually put the video up when we got the day we got the machine and unboxing of it, because it has been a minute and I haven't had any issues with this. Ricoma still calls me to this day to like ask me have I had any issues. I literally don't even answer because I haven't had any issues. I do love that they call to ask questions like that. Now, do I just ignore it? No, I just don't answer because I don't be having the phone near me when they call. They like call early in the morning. All right, so this is a XL. I want to make sure I got that room, because you know XLs, you want to make sure it's down a little bit more and make sure it is lined up. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. So what I'm gonna do next is make sure that I have everything where it needs to be at. Sorry if y'all hear the kids going back and forth. All right, so making sure I'm lining up for the middle part of it, because it do have a line in the middle of your hoop. So after I got it pushed in, I'm gonna pull it up some more just to make sure everything is lined up. I like to hold it up. It helps me see if it's crooked or not, or if it's even. From the looks of this, I could actually bring this over somewhere. It looks like it needs to be moved over. So I hold it up so I could, like, you know, envision it as it's on somebody. And I could tell that it needs to be moved over some. So I'm gonna unhoop it. Move it some to the left. I'm actually move from the bottom part. I want to move that over some to the left. One thing about these sweatshirts, I promise you y'all, they always be somewhat uneven. I have learned that so many times, and I'm going off of this line right here to find that center once again, because it definitely looked uneven. There we go. Got the center. Make sure it is even up here. All right, I'm gonna bring that one down because this is a little bit off. It's not always straight. The hooping process does take time. The more you do it, you do get a little bit better. Sometimes I still ask my husband just to look at it to make sure like it's straight and I'm not going crazy. All right, so it's hooped. We're good to go. Once I put it on there, I'm gonna take the tape off. Now, because I am doing the applique design, I do not need to use no stabilizer. Not stabilizer, no waterproof stabilizer, because usually when you use fleece, you want to use a waterproof stabilizer, but I'm not going to use that. So we have it hooped. Let's go ahead and get to the machine. So this is the hoodie. Well, not hoodie, the sweatshirt. So I'm going to go ahead and load it up. I'm going to put my hand in between the shirt because I want to put the shirt or a sweater in between the arm. So that way the bottom of the shirt or the back of the sweatshirt is not getting embroidered on. So we just have the top part. And I'm putting it through the clamps. And then I'm just going to slide it through. And I'm going to trace my area. I always do that. That is a must. I don't care if this design I have used 51 times. I'm going to trace it because you never know if anything I messed up or shifted. So I'm going to lock my embroidery. If I lock it, that basically means I am ready for this embroidery design. So I'm tracing my area. That's what I'm doing now. You don't ever want your needle to hit the frame. If it hits the frame, you can mess up your machine. So that's why it's important to trace your area, you guys. It's very important. So I'm actually going to bring it up just a little bit. Take my tape off. And before we start, I'm going to actually change my thread out because this is the onesie right here. So pretty. This is the onesie, but I want to find some thread that matches this onesie because it's got like this yellow and peach in here, and I'm running out this blue thread, so I don't have no much blue thread left. So I'm going to find some thread that match it, and then we're going to start it. And I'm also going to stabilize and put some heat and bun on the back of the material. All right, so I do have my ironing board. This is what I have, so when I put on top of my tables so I can iron. I have the onesie here. Let me go ahead and get my other scissors. So I use fabric scissors. They're a little bit thicker. Not thicker, but they could cut thicker material. So I have my scissors. I got my iron on. I don't like using the heat press for this. I'm also going to grab my heat and bun. Let's see, I just brought like a whole new pack of heat and bun. And I promise y'all, I lose stuff so much. I'm gonna have to get a better way of storing things because I have like a box and stuff. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna be using. It is heat and bond lightweight. So I put this on the back of all the fabrics when I'm doing applique because I don't want any fraying or anything like that. Oh, we got a cut in it. It's okay. So I'm gonna try to use this part that's like already kind of uneven cut from my last project. Let me grab my iron because this thing is hot and on the side. So I want to cut a good amount, and I'm doing 4 pieces. So what I'm gonna do is unzip because I can't get the part that's zipped. That part is like not even part of this whole entire thing. I kind of like to go based off of the little line and how wide the letters usually are, because the zipper is not going to be part of this. And I try to be very careful when I'm doing kid clothes. I'm trying, like, these are so special. I don't want to go just free-nilly cutting just to be cutting. You get what I'm saying? Because some people could be going crazy for no reason. So I want to make sure it is a wide enough cut, but I need to get 4 pieces out of this. So we're going to try our best to do what we could do. Cutting the zipper is probably the trickiest part. I may have to use my thick scissors, but I'm going to try here. I might do yellow thread because I got some yellow in here and I like this yellow that is kind of working with. All right, we got 1 piece. Here go to 1 piece. I'm going to cut off the zipper. All right. Like I say, y'all may hear the kids. They're always just going crazy. Y'all know me and my kids by now. And I'm going to just go ahead and do like a nice big cut for the back piece. I'm also going to see if I could take the sleeves and make that into a piece because I'm working with only 1 piece. So we're going to try our best to see what we could do. What I'm going to actually do is iron this whole one right here so that way I'm going to cut that down when I need to. All right, we cut the sleeve off. Try my best to see what I could save for the sleeves because I may be able to use the sleeves. So I'm going to try my best to see, but I'm going to put the sleeves to the side. So we got 1, 2. I'm going to cut this button off because I cannot use this button. It would mess up my machine if my machine hit that button piece. Cut that off. We could keep that piece on there. Actually cut this off. Boom. And I will cut this whole piece down once I get it on the machine. So I'm going to get some yellow to match this. First, I'm going to do a pre-iron, just to iron out everything to make it flat as possible. Just to make sure everything is, you know, pressed a nice way. And there's no lines or wrinkles in there. So now that that's done, what I'm going to do is go to the back of it. Heat and bond. I'm going to cut the heat and bond to the shape of this fabric. So I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to also get some parchment paper. Now, I'm not going to lie, this ironing board I only use just for this. So it do have some heat and bond already on here and stuck. Heat and bond is more of a pressure thing, not a like iron around, just more of a pressure. So make sure you give it the amount of pressure that is needed so everything can be fully covered. Alrighty, so I'm gonna take my iron. I literally got this iron from Walmart, like 10 or 15 bucks. I'm just pressing down. The first part I always just do push because I want to make sure the heat and bond is getting stuck to what I need it to stick to. Now, because I know the A's are smaller, I'm probably going to use these smaller pieces like this for the A's because I'm going to cut off the zipper because I don't want my needle to hit the zipper either, just because those are T's right there. And use these for the A's is what I'm going to try to do. Usually if it's like a character on here, like for example the Scooby-Doo, if it's like a whole face on there, I'm going to try to cut that part off so that could be like the main attraction of that one. But this is all just the same. So I'm going to try my best to make it do what it do with what we have. So we're going to do this first. And I got to do it to every last one. So after I'm done with that, what I do like to do is flip it over and do like a press on the top just to make sure there's like no extra wrinkles or nothing like that. I cut off the extra little parts because I don't want it to stick to my iron. Do I say that right? Iron. It's not a heat press. Iron. How do y'all pronounce that? Iron. Iron. Oh my gosh. There I go again. Y'all know me. I know by now y'all be looking like, girl, I know your family be tired of you. Listen up. Y'all, they is so tired of me because I do too much. I do too much. I do too much at the moment. So they are definitely tired of me. So, woo. All right. So this is on there. It is pressed down and the glue has got stuck to the fabric. So heat and bond is just to help so it doesn't fray when it gets washed or anything like that, and it does not fray. So for the heat and bond, you have a paper side and then the side that got like little stickers on it. It's kind of like weird to see, but it got like little grooves on here. If you rub your hand, that's the side that you want to put on the material. So go ahead, iron that. That already fits. And if you are interested in this machine, I do have a link down below. And a lot of people have been asking, like, do I do classes on this machine? I have not started doing classes on it just because it's not a lot, but I am like a process person, so I kind of go like fast. Does that make sense? Like a process person, I just kind of be on the go, you know. I just be gone. And sometimes, a lot of times, you guys don't be having the same machine. Now, I would try to start doing classes for it. It's not a problem yet, like I'm promising to, but I would try. I am working on some new classes on my website any which way, so I would try my hardest to. It's not a guarantee yet, but I would be thinking about adding like embroidery classes to my website to take one-on-ones with me to learn about the machine, the ins and outs, because y'all know when I got my machine, I kind of jumped right in and started doing applique. Because you know your girl always scared. I jump right in and say, let's do it, baby. So I kind of just be always just like, let's go. I don't be scared. I be ready to go. See, that fabric shifted. So now I'm going to have to play around because the fabric shifted a little bit. Okay, not bad. Alrighty, make sure this part is ironed down too. Alright, that's ready to go. So I'm gonna do this last one and then I'm gonna be back when it's time to put it on the machine. Alright, so how this fabric is, it has a good amount of colors. And I can't really find like a color that I want. So for me, I feel like just white on a black. So that's what I'm gonna go with because I don't want to do yellow and it's not the right yellow, or the baby blue is not right. So I'm just gonna do white in color today. So everything is ready to go. Let's change our needle. So on your embroidery machine, if you have the same machine I have, if you look at your string, it's like all colors and they look like thread. I'm gonna go in there and change my thread to all one because this is what my white thread is in number 1. And I'm gonna put this on auto and menu mode, and we could go ahead and start it out. We're gonna run this at about probably 400. So right now it's doing the first stitch. It is the placement stitch. After that, I will place my fabric and then we'll do a tack down stitch, and then I'll cut around my fabric and then we'll do the last satin stitch for the finish. Now for me, this is an applique design that I got off Etsy. This is the applique words designs. They have different ones, different fonts that I got off of Etsy's.
whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh.
Alright, so fresh off, what I'm going to do is grab the scissors and go in and just literally cut around. Be careful to not cut your sweatshirt, just cut around. Now if you're using vinyl, it's actually easier because with vinyl it likes just able to pop out. Usually I let vinyl, I would do this when it's the satin stitch. I'll just rip it off when the satin stitch is done because it done made holes in here. So if I'm not mistaken, these scissors is called duck scissors is what I have. They have a little curve on those, so that way I'm not cutting like my sweatshirt because you don't want to put a hole in nothing. So this is how they look. And I'm just cutting off the extra stuff that did not get sewed down, so that way it could do the next stitch around it. Look at, oh, here they go. I was just about to say, I was looking for my orange scissors. I found them. And these are called the curved scissors. They're orange. They got different colors though. Each one came from Amazon. I'm trying not to cut the thread. You do not want to cut the thread that you just did. If you do, I always recommend going back and going over that cut. Please do. I have did it a couple times. So let's see. As close as I can. You want to get as close as you can so that way it's not nothing extra sticking out. So that's what I'm trying to do. And make sure I don't put a hole in the sweatshirt, because I'd be mad because I ruined the whole sweatshirt because I put a hole in it. I would be so mad when that happens. I actually did it on one shirt before, and I had to buy a whole other shirt. It made the order late because I'm not finna give you, I know it's a hole there, I'm not finna give you that. Everything else was done. It was just one hole, so I redid the whole thing over. Ordered the shirts next day, delivery, and got it done. I too much don't stress about the lint. I usually get the lint at the end when I'm cleaning everything up. Right now, I'm just trying to get as close as I can to the thread without cutting the thread is what I'm trying to do. Rotate around if I need to. They're burning. So we're going to trim this down, and then I'm going to load it back on the machine, and then it'll do the rest of the cuts. I'm not going to probably, I'll record it. I don't want to record it and it's just like a long video, you guys, but I may record just like the process of the machine working. Honestly, this machine is very cool. I love just watching it work. I love watching videos on it, just embroidering. So I may just let the video play out of the machine going so you guys can see. And now this is how it looks once I cut all the extra thread off. So now I'm going to put it back on the machine. Let's load this up. Now you are able to bring the hoop out. I should have did that. I don't know why I always do this. But you're able to bring the hoop out so that way when you load it up, it don't have to go like what I'm doing. Going underneath the hoop and moving it sideways all the way this place. because it is still underneath the machine head. And loading it up, it's not always the easiest doing it this way. All right, lift this piece up. You know it's loaded when you hear it click. Boom, make sure the sweater is not underneath and nothing is going to get stitched down. And from there, we just press start again and it will do everything once again. So now it's going to do the satin stitch part. Alright, so now we are on the A. So what I'm gonna do is get the one that we got for the zipper ones, and I'm gonna trim down the zippers because I do not want to embroider the zipper part of it. So I'm gonna trim down the zippers only, and then we're gonna go ahead and place it where we need it to be placed at. Boom. Cut this down, and that's it. We're going to go ahead and take this off. This is the heat and bun, so we're going to take the heat and bun off and do the same thing. We're going to place it in. So this placement stitch just let me know where everything needs to be placed at. That's what I love about it, just letting you know what things need to go at. And press the start button. And now it's going to do the tack down. After the tack down, then I will cut around everything and we'll do the final satin stitch. Again, it's going to basically repeat the process over and over again. That's all it's going to do. Alright you guys, so I want to actually go over this machine just a little bit while I was embroidering. So a lot of you guys always ask me how much does this machine cost. So depending on if you're catching it on a sale, Black Friday is around the corner, you guys, so make sure you are looking out for their sales. No, I am not associated with them. I am not partnered with them. I wish they would partner with me. If you see this and you like to partner with me, please DM me. But yes, I brought this machine. Me and my husband financed this machine. So these machines, this one does roughly run around almost 10K. I believe the amount of needles you have, that's how much it's going to run you about. So they do have finance plans depending on your credit, business credit, stuff like that. The price may be different for you, but they do have finance plans. I am always for finance plans. Definitely if you believe in a long-term goal, is this a profitable machine? I definitely believe it is profitable. I have been making my money back with this machine. The payment plans, I'm amazed with them, and I'm so ready to actually be done with payment plans. But I love this machine. I do not regret this machine. This is a 10 needle. It is called EM1010. Now let me rephrase that. I believe they have an upgraded version with a new touchscreen, but it does come with a touchscreen, a see-through screen where you can see what's happening on the screen. That's kind of why I picked this machine. A lot of people have asked me that too. Why did I pick this machine versus like the Melcos and stuff like that? I want to actually see my design as I'm embroidering, because I don't want to look at the computer and have it connected to a certain laptop to do so. That's why I went with the Ricoma EM1010. And I was just starting out. I didn't want a 20 needle because I also had to think about my space and my office. This 10 needle took up a good amount of space in my office, so I didn't go with a 20 needle. Now the bobbins, everything, it is a L size bobbin. Your machine does come with bobbin needles, threads, tools, everything to fix it. You may sit here and say, they give me all this to fix it, like something gonna happen. No, because sometimes when you have to do something yourself, it's so simple, it's not like major. Some people go crazy and get scared when I say this. But with everything, you have to learn some things with it to fix it. So when it's time to fix your thread or change out a needle, that's why they give you all these tools so you could do that. And they also give you tools for your hoops so you could tighten up your hoops without using your fingers. I love it. Y'all, we had this machine, I believe, for 5 months now. I do not regret buying this. I love this machine. I have had the what is it, like needle not found. I have had that error, but guess what? The error was because of me, because I left a button on there and the machine hit the button, so the needle went out of place. All I had to do is go behind the machine and turn the knob to 100% for my needle to be found again. Very simple. Things on here are very simple to find and to fix, you guys. All right, now we are on M, so we are almost done. I'm gonna get the other back piece. I wanna make sure it's right, cut it down. I always try to make sure it's right for the lengthwise. And I cut it down just so I won't have extra to be cutting around, because trimming this is not the easiest. So we're gonna take off the heat and bun again. For some reason, okay, that part didn't press all the way up there because it's not shiny, so I can see that part. I'm gonna make sure I don't put that one underneath to get stitched. And then I'm just gonna place it under here. Make sure everything is fully covered. And press start and go ahead and go. We have about probably 9,000 stitches left. And that's with the placement stitch, tack down stitch, and then the satin stitch, so it's not bad. I'm trying to make sure I don't have no creases in here. You don't supposed to put your hands underneath here. Do not follow the things that I'm doing, but I want to make sure I don't have no creases, because after everything is done, I will heat press this. I will heat press it down with the regular heat press just to make sure. So with the heat and bun, when you are infusing this to each other at the end, you always want to heat press it at the end to basically infuse everything together. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut around this, and then we'll be back probably when we get to the A. So just now my bobbin has rinsed out, so I'm gonna lift this up. I'm not going to take anything out, and I'm going to go in here and pull out. So as you see, my bobbin is empty. I'm just going to drop it. That's it. Throw it away. So your machine beeps when your bobbin is empty. I'm moving around. So it does beep. So I have these bobbins that I got off Amazon. They come in a pack. I believe they're in my Amazon store too. These are like bobbins for size L. I'm gonna have to find it, and I'm gonna like link it down below, because I was not buying no Madeira thread. I don't even use Madeira thread. I don't buy Madeira thread. And I'm gonna put it in and go through the bottom loop, bring it up, go around the little pigtail twice. 1, 2. Bring it up, and then I'm just gonna put it right back down here, and you should hear it click when you put it in. And then what I'm gonna do is go on the machine and back up just a little bit, just in case it missed something. Start. All right, everything is back good and on point. There's so much lint on this jacket, definitely because, not even jacket, why is I'm calling it everything besides sweatshirt? So much lint on this sweatshirt, and that's just because the type of material that this onesie was, it did have like a fleece material, because it looked like a nighttime onesie. So I'm gonna have to lint roll this whole entire thing. But after I do this, I will actually be doing the sleeve design. The sleeve just has the name Some people don't be asking for names, and some people want the names on there, and we're going to do that in white too. I was thinking of doing it in the same like colors of the shirt, but I said I don't want to make it look crazy. I'm putting all my thread back down here, but I'm gonna just do it in white and put it on the side. I'm gonna use the 8-in-1 hoop for that. I love the 8-in-1 hoop. Now for that, I brought my 8-in-1 hoop separate. It does not come with the machine. I brought that because the sales rep was telling me how it helps with sleeves and arms, so that's why I did it in like the top part of hoodie. So it convinced me to go ahead and buy it, and I do not regret it. I love it. Definitely worth it. If you are buying this, definitely when they have a sale, I recommend getting it, because the shipping of those by itself is another like $50. So why not get it with the machine when it's free shipping, so everything will be free at one time. And just another little tip, so heads up if you order this machine, it does take a month to come. I know when you like ready to start off the bat, it does take time. It does suck, but it does take time off the bat when you order. So we on the last one, yay! So first thing I'm gonna do is actually get rid of the zipper part, because we don't want the needle to hit the zipper. So we're gonna cut the zipper off. Alrighty. Now this is when I say just, you know, learn your machine and stuff like this to avoid breaking needles or losing focus. Not focus, but just needle being found and stuff like that. So we got that. Y'all know we gotta place it in. Get the sizing down. I'm actually gonna cut this down instead, then place it in. So then I know what I need to cut at. Boom. Got it. Boom, bang. What we do? We did this with one onesie. Yes, one onesie. We made it work because, honey, I was gonna break them legs open and them arms and them sleeves, and we was gonna make it do what it do, because we had no other choice but to make it do what it do with what we had. Go ahead and embroider. Now for a tip, because we have embroidered probably 2 sweatshirts with this same needle. I'm actually using a 75 by 11 needle. If you are wondering, a 75 by 11 needle, nothing special. I'm actually still using the same needles that came with my machine because they do give you extra needles. So I'm using a 75 by 11 needle, and I have embroidered probably 2 sweatshirts. But you know, for each letter, like you got M-A-M-A, I do feel like I have embroidered a lot with this needle, so I will be taking this needle out and putting it in the garbage because we have did a couple of sweatshirts with it, so it is done. It's gonna be done soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and change that out. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim around this, and we're gonna be able to finish this, hop on the sleeves, and we will be done with this order. It probably did take about 5-6 hours. So that's another thing. I've tried my hardest to get as much as I can done, but also recording, as you see, takes time. So I'm gonna go ahead and push out my hoop because you're able to push out your hoop. You saw that came out. So we're gonna try to do this on camera. We on camera, so we don't know how this gonna go. So I'm actually gonna bring y'all back. I'm letting y'all know because I'm be like, I don't like moving y'all. And y'all kind of, you know, get a little bit dizzy. But we're gonna try to do it on camera. So you got the embroidery scissors. We're gonna go in, try to trim as close as we can, get as close as we can to that thread. I'm trying to be lazy and not have to rehoop this because I'm about to change the whole hoop out to get the 8-in-1 hoop in. And that's actually what the hoop is called. It's called 8-in-1 hoop. So I'm doing weird angles, being lazy. I don't want to take the hoop out. That's how lazy I'm being at the moment. Do not feel like doing that. Alrighty. Get as close as I can to the thread without cutting the thread. Alrighty. Now, no lie, when I'm doing like the side trim in here, this way is always the hardest. So we're gonna see how it go because it is going straight. It's not like going sideways a little bit or nothing. So we're just gonna try to go on the groove, pull the fabric as we go, and see if we can get it without having to move, y'all. We did okay. That wasn't so bad. Was not so bad. Let me go in and clean up and get as close as I can to the areas I need to get to. Alrighty. Go ahead and clean that up. I'm also like pushing down because I don't want to cut the sweatshirt. So I'm pushing down because I'm not able to hold it like I want. So I got my hand in here a little bit. Make sure I don't cut it. And that's why you want to use like duck scissors or embroidery scissors. So that way you're not cutting the sweatshirt. Because the customer will see a hole in their sweatshirt, okay? Now the name should be actually easy. Now with the name we will use the water stabilizer because we're not doing Appliqué. It's just a regular simple name. And we'll have to find the files. So I already sent it to the USB. And once we get done with this, I will go back into the files that's on the machine because you are able to save your files on this machine if you did not know. I'll show you guys a little bit of that and we'll find the embroidery file that we need. It is the name. I have those on separate files. The mama one, I actually saved it into my machine because I've been using it lately. So it's already sized to what I need. And you are able to actually size up or size down inside the machine. Love it. So you can make it wider, longer for the width. I love it. That's like a great feature. Now, would I love a 20 needle? I probably would love a 20 needle. If I was gifted one, them things expensive now. But I definitely love this machine. I haven't owned a Melco, y'all know that, so I don't know nothing about if they do the same things in their softwares or how their softwares work. But I do know you do have to attach it to the machine, and I don't want to do that. All right, so now I'm gonna take the sharp part at the end and like poke a hole while holding it to not cut the fabric. Just make a little hole to get the scissors in. That's how I do my A's. And And I know y'all hear the kids, y'all. I'm a mom. I work from home. This is my full-time business with my kids, if you are new. So my kids are always kind of making noise in the background. They do try to be quiet as much as possible, but they're kids at the end of the day. So much that they could do. Now they done walked in here with me. I did not call them in here with me. Let's go ahead and trim. I'm just trimming out the extra little pieces that I don't want to stick out. It saves me less work to do when it does a satin stitch. Trying to get as close as I can on some pieces. And this all take practice. It's not like you just be good right out the gate. It took a couple practice of learning how to actually trim this down. Some parts I learned you need to just cut a little bit extra of the fabric and restitch over it just to hold it down or pull it a little bit. I have learned a couple of tricks that works for me. Alrighty. So now I'm going to put the hoop back in. I actually see this piece I want to clip because it's right on the edge and it's like not all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that just a little bit. All right, go ahead and push the hoop back in. And right now all I'm doing is pressing the machine because it is a push out for your hoop and push in for your hoop. So that's all I did is press that. So it's gonna finish the last stitches and we'll be done with the mama part and we'll be moving on to the name. So if you do order a custom mama sweatshirt, I do also embroider the names on the sleeves. You could do names, you could do dates, or you could do 5 kids' names. If you want it slanted all the way down, you could do that too. I do have different options for it. D7 is coming to the last one. We are about to get ready to close it out and move on to the next step. So I'm so ready. And what I'm gonna do to prepare myself for tomorrow morning, because I have 2 more sweatshirts to do, what I'm gonna do is actually get the last one prepped tonight. When I'm saying prep, I'm going to probably hoop everything and get it prepped tonight for tomorrow. So in the morning time, I could probably just come out here and hoop everything up the way that I need to. But we almost done. So ready.
You're chilling in the rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire.
Alrighty. It is done. Oh, this is like so much lint. But this is how it looks. So pretty. I'm actually very happy I went with just the white on white, just because I didn't want to do any other colors to make this whole thing look crazy. So we got to lint roll everything. I'm not going to cut the stabilizer yet, but I will cut the stabilizer after I press it, and I will do that after I do the sleeve. But right now we're going to rehoop the sleeve part that's down here and then put in the 81 hoop so we can get ready to go. But this is how the mama part came out. So pretty. Love the way it looks with the Minnie Mouses inside. So like y'all see all the colors I have, that's exactly why I didn't want to like pick a color, because it had too much going on. I didn't want to like just go ahead and pick so many different colors to match, but came out very pretty. I think next time I'm gonna try doing like different colors for the M, the A, MA, but I'm loving it. Came out pretty. Let's get some of this lint off. I'm not gonna worry about cleaning nothing up right now. I'll worry about that when I get ready to press it, because remember we did heat and bun, so we have to press it to fuse everything together. But we're gonna unhoop it, and I'll cut the stabilizer away once we get done. So it looks so good. Oh gosh, so much lint everywhere. Oh, try my best to try to get rid of this lint, but baby, it's lint everywhere. Alrighty. Yes, it looks great. Then roll this. Now I'm not too worried about the lines around it. I'm gonna spray some water around there and then let it sit out for like overnight, and then pack it up tomorrow is what I usually do. So we can put this hoop to the side. Let it roll a little bit more. Try my best just to get some lint and stuff out. Creases from that hoop. All right. So for me, I usually put, what size is this? I usually put the names on the right side. It's just something I have got so used to. Now, the way I do it, I try to have it on that line, so that way it's on this side where like my watch is at, and not underneath. Some people may ask for it to be underneath, but I usually do it on top. So I go off of that crease and use the line at the bottom as the other part of it. So I'm gonna flatten it out. So much lint everywhere. So yeah, flatten it out. Now when I'm doing my sleeves, you guys, I use regular cutaway stabilizer. It's a little bit more thicker. I use this one just because I only want to use just one layer, and I want it to hold. So I'm cutting it this ball because I'm using the 8-in-1 hoop, and I'm not mistaken, I'm using like the 5x3 or something like that. You guys are going to see it. So we're going to do it the same way we do the regular one, but the difference is I want to make sure that this is like good. So this is the hoop that I be using. So what you do is take your stabilizer. You're supposed to have sticky stabilizer, but y'all, I do it my way. I ain't gonna even front a lot of y'all. So what I do is usually I will just cut. I'm gonna cut this down because it's too long. Sorry about the kids, y'all. They playing. And I take my basing spray, right? And I literally spray this. I make it sticky. I'm making my own sticky stabilizer, because sticky stabilizer is not cheap. If you don't know, all stabilizer is expensive, number one. And I'm gonna spray the edges, so that way I'm gonna wrap it around. We making it sticky, okay? You could be cheap. It's okay to be cheap sometimes. If it works and get the job done, that's all that matters, okay? Look, it is sticky now. We made our own sticky stabilizer. I'm not going to worry about that. It's literally just spray that goes in. I get some water and spray on them. Now we're going to spray this part. Stick it on in. That sleeve. Stick it onto the sleeve part. And then we gonna like press it down, and we just made our own sticky stabilizer just like that. Just like that. We made our own sticky stabilizer just like that. Pull it to the side some and press on in. I'ma press you on in. I make sure that line is on that back part, like where I need it to be at. Because that's the part where the arm is going to go in. So, boom. We're going to roll this part up because we're not embroidering that part. We do not care about that, okay? And if you're not sure, add a little bit more and stick down a little bit more. This is how it looks now that it's hooped. This is the sleeve, so I'm going to put the arm of the machine right through here. It's going to be like a little tight fit, but this is why the thing looks like this. So we're going to do this. I'm going to show you guys how I install my frame. So this is the 8-in-1 frame. So on top of your embroidery hoop area that you installed your hoop on, you will actually install this instead of like the regular hoop that we just did. We'll be installing this. So we're going to install this, and then from there we'll install this onto here while we install this into the hoop. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that, just in case you have an 8-in-1 hoop and you're wondering, how did I use this? Like, what the heck? Because honey, they don't give you instructions on this for some reason. They need to, but they don't. But let's go ahead so we can finish this thing up. All right, y'all. All right, you guys. So this is the frame where my hands are at. So usually you would put your regular embroidery hoop on here and just slide it in. But we're doing an 8-in-1 hoop. So instead, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So we have the U on this side. As you can see, the U is going to go over here. And we're going to slide it in like this is the hoop. But this is like just an extension of your frame. And we're going to slide this in instead of my hoop. And you're going to hear a click. You should always hear like a little click. Did you guys hear that? Boom. Now you have a knob up there. I'm going to see if I can put you guys back there so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right here is the black piece I'm talking about. You probably can't even see it where it's at. So you're going to twist that to loosen it up, right? From there, we're going to install the hoops. I'm grabbing it now so you guys can see it. So we can see how it looks. So I'm gonna grab everything, and I'm basically gonna lay the sweater like at the base where everything is at. And I'm gonna open the sleeve up. Make sure you guys can see, because I know it's like zoomed in. Open the sleeve up to put the sleeve underneath, in between the arm, and then I'm gonna push this on here. And I'm gonna actually go all the way back as much as I can. Make sure I'm not leaving no fabric so it could be embroidered. Slide it onto this black piece, so loosen it up some. And I'm sorry about the angle, y'all. This is like the tightest spot ever. Slide it on. It also has like little holes on here, so make sure everything is pushed down in the holes that it needs to. It will let you know by looking at the holes. So right now, make sure everything is pushed in the holes. When it is, I will tighten it up. Regular way, tighten it up. The holes are kind of holding everything down, so tighten it up. Re-put everything like I want. So I'm going to take my clips that I usually use for hats. I haven't did a hat in a minute, so we're going to do a hat next. And from there, everything is now hooped. Now we're going to, so let me actually bring this down because you're able to like bring it down. So I hope you guys could see it's, you know, bright. But it's a lock down here. We're going to unlock it because we're done with this embroidery status. So this embroidery at the moment we're done with. I'm going to go to files. Those are the stars. From here, I'm going to press the USB and I'm going to find the file that I'm looking for. So if I'm not mistaken, I'll put this under the customer name. That was like, I need to go in here and start deleting stuff because I have so many in here. Was this the name? No. Yeah. I forgot the name. Did I put on the? No, this is it. Okay, here we go. So after I find my file, I'm going to press this arrow that has the embroidery on there. This is going to send the design to my machine. Now I'm going to press embroidery at the top, the same. It looks just like your machine. I'm going all the way to the end because I just put this in. And I'm going to open. Now you can actually take your USB out or whatever. So I'm going to actually move this. No, I'm actually going to leave it because the way I'm going to hoop it. But this is the design. So we are doing an 8-in-1 hoop. So because we're doing an 8-in-1 hoop, I'm going to go ahead and press design settings and change my hoop size to other. Because it is a other hoop. It's 8-in-1 hoop. So once you do that, as you see my design is too small, you're not going to see your design no more. So how I'm going to hoop it, I'm actually going to have to flip this whole entire design. So I kind of learned already the ways I need to flip everything, so don't mind me. I'm actually size down everything just a little bit just to make sure too. I do this a couple times. When you get used to it, you already know like with certain things what's going to work. So I size everything down to 60, and this is why I say I just love the way that this is, because you're able to size things down inside of the interface. Is so cool. I don't have to look on a laptop. It's all inside of this. Yes, I still have my film on there. Are you guys a film person or no? Because I keep my film on until the film is coming off itself. I am that type of girl, okay? Don't laugh at me. Don't come for me, okay, hon? In case you're just wondering, this is how it looks. It is now hooped on here with the 8-in-1 hoop. And I put clips on the side. So I'm going to trace this. You definitely want to trace this because you're not able to actually see anything as y'all see. I can't even tell you where my design is at. So I'm going to trace it, and from there I know where it's placed at. We're going to lock embroidery area. We're going to press needle number 1 to trace. And this is right in the frame. I'm going to do a slow trace. That's the hard on my machine. It looks just like a hard. And it's just doing a slow trace to show me where everything is at, because I may be able to size up things. Yes, I can. And I'm actually going to bring it over some, just a little bit, because I feel like it's not like right where I want it to be at. And I'm going to actually size this design up just a little bit. Probably do 75. And we're going to retrace it because I have sized it up a little bit, so I'm retracing it. I'm going to go slow. With this one, you definitely want to do like a slow trace, just because you don't want to hit the frame. It is thin and I don't want to hit that. Perfect, perfect. And I'm actually going to bring this up some more. I just feel like it's too close. Now that I have that set where I want it, I would get my water stabilizer. I don't need a lot of it. The water stabilizer literally is like clear. I'm just going to place it here. And once it's done, it's going to rip off and we can start the embroidery process. So you use a water stabilizer because when you're doing fleece and stuff, you don't want it to sink in. So you use a water stabilizer. If you're doing an applique or glitter, then don't use it because the water stabilizer will prevent you from heat pressing it. That's why I didn't use it for the mama part. But I'm using it for the name because I wanted to be on top of the sweatshirt, not sinking into the sweatshirt where you can barely read it. So that's why I'm using the stabilizer. This is water stabilizer because you can spray water on top of it and the stabilizer will disappear. I love it. It dissolves when you spray water, so it's very cool and amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the name stitch out, and then we'll be done with everything. Like, yeah, we'll be done with everything. Yeah, boy, yeah, it is done. So that was actually very quick. It wasn't that bad. So I'm gonna unlock it because we're done. Now, if you are using the 8-in-1 hoop, the main thing I will tell you guys, do not push out your embroidery frame on this one because it's not a regular frame to be pushing out. So do not do that. Please don't. Y'all will regret that, honey. So let's unloosen this. So this is how it looks. So it got the stabilizer on here, and sorry about the noise, y'all. So it has the stabilizer on here at the moment. All you would do is literally rip it off, go in with some water. You can get the small areas, trim it up and clean it. But this is how it looks. So this part is done. We are done with the whole entire sweatshirt. We just got to heat press it, and that is it. I got a heat press at like 245, heating up to 300. So this is the sweatshirt, and I'm going to just put it underneath the heat press and heat press the mama part because we put the heat and bond on that. First, I will lint roll it. Yeah, it got the stabilizer in here, everything a little bit wonky with that stabilizer. So I'm going to lint roll it just to get the extra pieces of material off because it is a lot on here still. So let's lint roll it so we can get everything off. So when I heat pressed it, I do grab a piece of parchment paper, a Teflon sheet, and then I heat press it. Honestly, I like to heat press it probably a couple times. Oh, this sleeve came out good too. I loosen up my heat press some. It's a little too tight. Yes, that came out good. Looks so different once it get heat pressed. I'm gonna heat press it one more time. Just because I'm extra, heat press it just a little bit more. Make it just a little bit more spicy. Alright, so now we are done. Now you do not have to heat press the sleeve, but I do heat press the sleeve. Why not heat press it? But we are done. This is how it came out. Heat press. Ah, it came out so pretty. So this is the sleeve part right here. Look at it. I always usually do cursive for this part, but it is so pretty. So this is the sleeve part. Now I like to heat press this just a little bit. That's just me. I say why not? Like why not heat press it? Should you? Do you have to? No. I just do it because I want to do it. This is just like 5 seconds. So I do heat press the mama part for 20 seconds. For the first one and the second one, I heat press it for 20 seconds. So in total, that's 40 seconds. I just do that just to make sure it is secure to the sweatshirt and everything is pressed down nicely. This is not like HTV or anything. It's heat and bond that I'm infusing to everything. So this part, I just needed to tap it, to be honest. So we're going to cut off the heat press now. Yes, and like I just feel like it helps it when you heat press it. It just give it a cleaner look, definitely for the name. So we are done with this sweatshirt. Came out so cute. Y'all, the sweatshirt came out beautiful. So let's get a nice up close and personal. It still got some lint on the back. I still had to cut the stabilizer off in the inside, but it came out so good. Don't worry about the spray of water around there, but look at it. Like you be seeing like the little stains too from when the kids had it and put like juices on it. Ah, okay, that's so cute. And this is the sleeve part. We used the 8-in-1 hoop for the sleeve. Pretty. If I'm not mistaken, it's like 2 by 2. Because we sized it down. So this is how the viral mommy sweatshirt, but we embroidered it with baby clothes, came out. If you are interested in this, please check out my website. I'm going to leave the link right here for you, baby. Right here for you, baby. Check out the website. If you order a custom mama embroidered sweatshirt, after you order, you will receive an email. The email will give you the address to send the clothes to. Once I receive the clothes, I will actually do your sweatshirt. Most likely it will be on TikTok and Instagram like always, honeys. But it came out amazing. Like, y'all, I don't ever question getting the Ricoma. This has been the best thing I have got. I always wanted to do embroidery when I first started 3 years ago. After I started with a sublimation printer and a Cricut, I watched, I believe her name is Angela on YouTube, and from that day I watched her. I fell in love with embroidery, and that was like always one thing in my business that I wanted was embroidery machine, and I took that leap of faith, and I do not regret that leap of faith at all. I'm loving it. I'm meeting so many amazing people that even though I don't physically know them, I'm meeting them and learning their stories and to learn what people go through and just their lives and the ways that I could help, like just spread some type of joy or happiness. It's amazing. That's like why I started this business. I started this business so you can feel unique and loved, and to know that people are feeling that and people are ordering these sweatshirts, it means the world to me. I'm grateful and just so happy I'm able to do this for people. Like, it means a lot. Like, y'all just understand, like, I take so much time and patience into this because I'm getting these baby clothes. I'm like, I won't even say tearing them apart. I'm cutting them in pieces. And even when I do that, you actually receive your clothing back. Like the little pieces, the straps, I will give you back. I won't throw that away. I'm going to give it right back to you. I will not sit here and throw that away. Those are keepsakes. I'm very blessed to make this. And y'all saw this machine, baby. She works without a problem. We're going to name her Mary too. I think all my machines is named Mary after my grandma. But yeah, I think all my machines is called Mary. But if you like today's video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and check out the website. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.